Hello everyone, welcome to Tech with Machines. Today our topic is asynchronous programming. If you are new to the topic, don't worry, this video is going to be very helpful and it's a beginner friendly video. We are going to learn the basics of asynchronous programming by first understanding what does it really mean. Without any further delay, let's start with an example. Let's assume that you have a tea party at home and your guests have started arriving. You need to welcome them with a special tea, as well as at the same time you want to bake some cookies. So normally when you want to bake a cookie, you will follow the recipe step by step, waiting for each step to finish before you move on. Asynchronous programming is like your magical oven timer at home that let you do other things when the cookies bake. So when you put the cookie dough in the oven, instead of staring at the oven until the cookies are ready, you can go and welcome your guests with your famous tea. The magical oven timer will let you know when the cookies are done and you can come back to enjoy them. In programming, async is like setting tasks to run in the oven, which is your computer, and then your program can go do other things while waiting for those tasks to finish. It's a way for your program to be more efficient and not waste time just waiting around. So in summary, we can say async programming is a paradigm that allows to execute tasks concurrently. So rather than it waiting for one task to finish, it is actually moving on to another task, which also frees up resources and does an efficient utilization of the resources, because the thread, instead of waiting for reading a file, if the file reading is taking a time, can serve another request or can do another task. So it's more efficient in terms of resource utilization. Now, what are the key concepts which are generally used in async programming? One of the key concepts which you will hear more are the async functions. These are the functions that can perform operations concurrently with other parts of the program. And in many programming languages, they are marked with special keywords. You will hear specifically in Python, which we will go through in other videos, async and await. Now, what are these key concepts are used in asynchronous programming and what are they and how they are used? We will actually go through them by creating an API, fast API, and using async and await. Another concept in asynchronous programming is event loop. Generally, asynchronous programming relies on event loop mechanism and specifically JavaScript or Node. So the event loop continuously checks if there are any tasks that are completed or are ready to be executed. It then schedules these tasks so that it can run without blocking the main thread of execution. So if you see, in a nutshell, they're all correlated. They pretty much are representing the same meaning or same significance, but they are different concepts and you should be aware about them. Non-blocking operations, which pretty much again means the same thing, that when an async operation is initiated, the program doesn't wait for it to complete and it moves on to the next instruction. So it continues with the other task and it handles the completion of async operation when it's ready. Callbacks or promises. In some languages, specifically Node, asynchronous programming is implemented using callbacks or promises. Callbacks are functions that are passed as arguments to async operations and are called when the operation completes. Promises are objects that represent the completion or failure of an async operation and allow you to attach callbacks to handle these outcomes. So basically, the error handling or the failure handling happens with promises, whereas callbacks are the functions which actually are called when the operation completes. Concurrency is the main topic behind asynchronous programming because it allows you to run multiple tasks without blocking each other, which eventually leads to improved performance and responsiveness in applications, especially in the scenarios where you are waiting for I/O, like reading from a file or writing to a file. So these I/O operations which can block your thread, concurrency helps, and specifically asynchronous programming represents concurrency in a more better way. So this is all about asynchronous programming and what are the key concepts used in asynchronous programming. I hope you enjoyed today's video and it helped you to learn a little bit about asynchronous programming. If you have liked this video, please remember to like and subscribe. It helps me to create more videos for you. I hope you have a nice day. Thank you.